Anto, I would say Fight Week is here. Fight Week for us started last night when you guys came face to face. You and Jazza came face to face outside the 3 Arena. So welcome again. The weather is certainly here in Dublin. It's given us something to think about. But you two faced off last night for the first time.
Yeah.
How was it? How did it go?
It was just a face-off, you know. It was good to see him here in Dublin. I was panicking for a wee bit, and he was in Dubai, and you know, I was just glad to see him.
Given the stage of career that you guys are at, you've both done this a lot of times now. This is not your first dance, so to speak. Can you learn anything from the other one? And I guess also, do you have to hide? Do you know how to hide things when you go face to face with an opponent?
No, there's nothing to hide. It's we're both raw. We're ready to go. Jazz has had a hard camp, similar to myself. You know, 10 weeks of hard graft, sacrifice. You know, it's been emotionally tiring, physically, mentally. This is all part of the job, and it's what builds me up into what I am now, sitting in front of you. So again, this is just another day at the office, and I'm around the rock.
What do you think? How do you see the fight playing out with Jazza? What kind of? And I know I asked you this last night, and you kind of said, "Well, let's see what he does." But ultimately, you want to have it your way.
Yeah.
So, in your mind, how does this fight go?
Me winning this fight, me getting my hand raised by any means necessary. Jazza is going to be a tricky, you know, he's good, he's fit, he's strong. So I'm also fit, strong, I'm a wee bit taller than him, I've got a bit more range on him. So, you know, there's lots of shots that I see landing, and there's lots of things that I have to do to protect myself. So it's going to be a very grueling fight, I feel. You know, don't get me wrong, it could end early. I could go 12 rounds, you know, who knows. But by any means necessary, as long as I'm coming out of here with the belt, that's all that matters.
There's been a lot of excitement in a lot of your fights recently. You know, they always bring the action. They always bring that fans want to tune into, and they want to see. Which of your recent fights do you look back on most kind of proud, and which ones do you look back on and think that was a good night?
Well, we'll have to say the Cordina fight. I mean, that was my big opportunity. For me, that was to change my life and the children's life, you know, trying to give us a wee bit of financial stability, which we'll have now. So that was just amazing. I can't even explain, even talking about it now, that feeling I got when I won that world title was one of the best feelings I've ever felt in my life. So I couldn't say any other fight than that.
I remember watching the start of that fight in one of the dressing rooms and thinking, I've got to get out and see this.
Yeah.
It was that kind of fight. How did it feel when you were in there and those shots were landing? And at some point, I guess you knew. I know you would have always believed leading up to the fight, but there becomes a point when belief becomes knowledge, right? Yeah. When you know this is going my way here now.
Yeah. Well, from the very first bell, I genuinely, I knew he was a great champion. He was slick, and I knew what he was about. But I'm from West Belfast. I'm from Andytown. I've got something in me. It's hard to explain, you know what I mean? If it came down to me having to get carried out in a stretcher, or, you know, I'll give my life to change my children's life. Yeah. So for me, whenever I landed that first punch, I heard a couple of, I landed a few body shots, I could hear him wincing.
You hear the wheezes?
Yeah, I knew then, you know, he's not a world beater, he's not invincible, he's just another man like me. So yeah, I mean, that's just kind of how it all panned out and how it worked out for me, you know.
Have you watched it back since?
Watched it back 1,000 times, at least. So, you know, it was a great moment in my life, a great moment in my family's life. You know, my father, he's from Italy, he's Italian, and I've cemented his name in Irish history. I'm the only Irish super featherweight champion there's ever been in this country, and yeah, man, that alone gives me tingles. You know, it makes me super proud to be where I'm from, and you know, doing this all for my family.
Do you allow yourself to watch it now? Is it motivation or is it a distraction? If you watched the highlights of that fight in particular now, a couple of days out from what has to be the biggest fight of your career now, because the next one is always biggest, right?
Yeah.
Is it a distraction or is it motivation?
I don't watch it now. I wouldn't watch it now because it's a different style. I'm fighting a different person. But you know, I will always go back there and I will always watch the highlights and stuff, but I don't see any need for to be watching that fight this week. You know, it's a different kettle of fish altogether.
Do you aim to go out and try and get another highlight reel against Jazza Dickens? Do you want to go in there and have the next video? Okay, the Cordina one's great, but now we've got the Jazza one. Is that the kind of? Is there any mindset in your head for
Well,
that?
that's a dream. That's a dream. You know, I would love to knock Jazza out in Dublin. I'd love to knock him out and add that to the highlight reel. But again, it's not really like there's no pressure on me like to go and do that. It's kind of just it is what it is kind of thing. I mean, I'm very real when it comes to boxing because one punch can change your life. One punch can change the whole trajectory of the fight. So I just need to get this done. I need to get in here and perform the best of my ability and make the people around me, everyone that's put in, Barry O'Neill, Rory Dalton, Michael Hawkins Senior, like go down the hard 10 weeks that these have put in. I want to go in and make them all proud and you know, not for the waste their time in a way, if you get me.
Do you allow yourself to think about the next step,
No.
the next fight?
No,
No?
I don't even enter my head. It's all about this, and it's all about beating Jazza Dickens, and you know, I know Jazza. He's only come into this type of atmosphere and this type. You know, he's a world champion. I know he's gonna want to give it his all. So I'm just I'm in the same type of mental attitude. I'm gonna go in here and give it my all, and hopefully I can come out of here as a WBA world champion.
Just quickly, finally, when we spoke last night, you were conscious to correct yourself because you said we're both world champions. Well, I'm a former world champion. Whereas a lot of people, once they win that world champion status, they're referred to as world champions for the rest of their life. That's the title they earn. Do you not think of yourself like that now because you have to go and earn it?
Well, I'm not a world champion. I'm not a world champion. It's I was a world champion. I'll always be a world champion, as in terms of history. But as it stands right now, I have nothing at all to lose. Zero. I haven't got the IBO belt. I let the boys in the undercard fight for that, Jono and Murph.
Yeah.
So they're going to fight for my belt. I'm going in here with no belts, nothing, no pressure, nothing, you know, no noose hanging around my neck. It is what it is kind of thing. I go in here and give it me all and try my very best.
We can't wait to see a great fight on
Thank you
Saturday.
very much. Appreciate
Anto,
it.
we'll see you then.
Thank you.